Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to share today's video with you guys because this has been one of my all-time most highly requested videos, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my diet and exercise routine, or diet and fitness routine. I'm not actually going to be showing you guys what workouts I do and how I do them. If you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know in the bottom bar below. If you want to see like a workout walkthrough or something like that, I can definitely do that. But I wanted to just kind of jump on and give you guys a quick little overview of what I like to do to keep myself in shape and healthy. If you guys are interested in learning more about my diet and exercise routine, keep on watching. But today I really just wanted to sit down with you guys and go over the basics and just answer a couple questions that you guys have been sending my way on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. And if you're not yet following me, you can find all of my handles in the bottom bar below. On Instagram and Twitter and on Facebook, actually, I'm just at HaloBeautyYT for YouTube. And I would love to have you as my friends, so go ahead and follow me on there. I've been posting a lot more Instagram stories. I just now started to get into those, and I've been posting meals that I make from scratch at home. So if you guys see one of my stories that you're interested in something that I'm making, I can definitely make more in detail recipe videos for you guys. I love making food videos. It's something that I love to do, but I want to make sure I'm creating content that you guys like too. So just let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see as far as diet and fitness kind of go. I can definitely go more in detail about anything that I talk about today. Alright, so a little bit about how I like to eat and how I like to maintain a healthy diet. I've been eating healthy pretty much my whole life. My mom was always super into health food. We always mostly ate organic things, and if it wasn't organic, it was at least made from scratch. So I grew up with a very good example of how to make things from home and how to use ingredients that you already have to make other things. And my mom was really good at teaching me how to stretch meals out and how to meal plan and prep and do all that stuff. So that's always came naturally to me. But basically, I was kind of taught from a young age to read food labels. And in our house, I'm not gonna lie and say that like everything was always healthy 100% of the time, because we did have those random stops at McDonald's or those random bags of Doritos or Oreos, and I mean, those were treats. Those weren't like an everyday, they're always around kind of thing. My biggest food weakness is definitely salty things. I love chips. I love popcorn, I love goldfish crackers, I love anything that's got like a salty, crunchy bite. I absolutely love it. I cut out those starchy, salty snack foods for now just because I know that they add those additional empty calories and they don't fill you up very well. My diet has been the same for a really long time, and I kind of have a modified ketogenic diet, I guess you can say. I do the whole low carb thing, but I'm not strict with it, and I think that's the most important part of having a diet and exercise routine is you have to give yourself some leeway. It's not realistic to say that you're gonna cut out every single carb and never eat another carb for as long as you live. And if you say that to yourself, you're pretty much setting yourself up to fail. Plus, food is so good that it's a shame if you don't indulge in it sometimes. I can pretty much tell you right now that pizza is always going to be hands down my favorite food no matter what, and I don't care how many calories are in it because I love it so much. And I just try to really enjoy my one or two pieces and not eat a whole large pizza on my own. So it's all about portion control for me. So I think I've kind of been trained in my mind to read labels, and I don't buy anything, like as a rule of thumb, I don't buy anything that I cannot pronounce. What I mean by that is I don't buy anything with tons of artificial food coloring. I'm not saying I can never have anything with a drop of dye, but if something has added food coloring, added extra sugar, added extra chemicals, I completely stay away from it. I don't even like to bring it inside of my house because I know as soon as that bag of Cheetos comes in here, it's going right to my stomach and right to my butt, and it does me no good. It fills you up on unnecessary garbage pretty much, and your body can't run on that, and it doesn't know what to do with all those chemicals, so they pretty much just store themselves in fat cells, and it's just not good. So what I like to do is when I'm craving something salty, I usually grab a handful of pistachios or almonds, something like that, or I will grab some lunch meat, like turkey lunch meat, and I'll do little roll-ups of that with maybe some hummus on the inside, or just something that kind of fills you up a little bit more than just a handful of chips. I also love snacking on hard-boiled eggs, and I'll put salt and pepper on those, so that kind of gives me that salty, crunchy kick. And another thing that I love to snack on, which many people probably think is really weird, but I swear that this helps you keep yourself looking nice and trim, and I've been doing this forever. It's vinegar in any kind of form. Apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar is probably my favorite, but I will just soak like cucumbers and carrots and celery or whatever, and I'll soak it in the vinegar with a ton of salt and a ton of like seasonings, garlic powder. That way you get that salty, tangy, crunchy bite without having a lot of extra calories. And especially if you're eating a lot of vinegar, it really does help to cut down on the fat cravings too. Something about vinegar just does amazing things to burn fat, and you can read a bunch more about it online. But I've been living on veggies or apples in vinegar, lemons in vinegar, cucumbers in vinegar, like anything with vinegar and salt I absolutely love. And I use like a pink Himalayan sea salt or a really thick kosher salt when I'm talking about like adding salt to that concoction. You don't want to use iodized white table salt, the stuff that you sprinkle out of the shaker. That stuff is poison for you, but actually natural salt is really good for your body. It has a lot of anti-inflammatory healing properties. Another big tip I have for maintaining your appetite is just to make sure that you have enough water and that you're drinking enough fluids throughout the day. I can't even tell you how many times a day I refill a mason jar like this with water. And normally what I'll do is, I don't like ice in my water, I just like regular like fridge water. It's cool, but it's not like full of ice, so it's easy to drink. I'll fill it up at the fridge and then I'll chug it and then I'll fill it up again and take that glass with me. And that's just a way that I'm constantly knowing that I'm getting enough water. And I feel so sluggish and tired, and I start craving different kinds of foods like chocolate and salty things if I'm not properly hydrated. So that's one big tip I have, is just to continue drinking water, especially before a meal. I love to drink a full glass of water before I sit down for lunch, before I sit down for breakfast, and before I sit down for dinner, because a lot of times people will overeat if they're thirsty and they won't realize that your body is sending a message to your brain saying, hey, I'm hungry, when really you're just thirsty. So if you fill up on a little bit more water, it will help you control your portions a lot better, and it will keep your skin nice and hydrated and glowy and pretty and all those good things that we all know water does. So if you're anything like me and you get bored of drinking just plain water, you can either add lemon to it, lime, strawberries, cucumbers, mint. You can add anything you want to it and make yourself a little detox drink. That's what I normally do if I start to get a little bit bored with just plain water. But I also found these Gatorade things at Sam's Club. We got them in a big multi-pack. And these are the Gatorade G2, and these are the low-calorie ones. These do have like artificial color and artificial flavor and some sort of artificial sugar in them. But these are one of the only diet, I guess you could call, drinks that I don't feel like taste like diet. I hate that diet Splenda artificial sweetener flavor, and to me these don't, and these come in 3 different colors. I'm sure you can get the G2 in other colors as well, but I just love drinking these. And what I like to do, it's kind of silly, I'm like a little kid, I like it watered down, so I'll put a big tumbler of ice and then I'll pour half of the Gatorade and half of the water, just so I know I'm not drinking like a full, you know, sugary drink. But one of these bottles of Gatorade has 50 calories, so it's really not that bad for you. And it's just nice to switch it up from water a little bit, but you know that you're still getting the electrolytes and everything like that from the Gatorade. So I like to switch it up with that. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I never drink alcohol, but I don't drink liquor. That's where I draw the line. When I first turned 21 and I was going out a lot more and I was drinking and I was just kind of exploring like the bar life, which I'm not really, I never go out anymore. And if I do go out, it's mostly just to go out to dinner, and with my dinner I'll have a glass of champagne to start, then I'll have 1 glass of red wine with dinner, and then that's it. I don't like to keep drinking. I don't like to keep, you know, adding on the calories. I love wine. I love the culture of wine. I like everything about it. I like pretty much every single wine. But I like to just savor it and really truly enjoy it, and I know that when I'm drinking a nice glass of red wine, it's good for your heart in moderation. It's just, I never get a hangover from it, and you're not drinking extra calories from the cranberry juice mixers if you get like a cranberry and vodka, or if you get a lemon drop martini. Those all have a ton of sugar, and sugar makes you bloated and it makes you hungover, and it just makes you feel not so good the next day. I don't like to get drunk. I don't like to drink to the point where I'm not in control. I just feel like it's not a cute look and it's just a little bit immature. But I do like to have a couple glasses of wine and relax. I do love myself a mimosa on Sunday and Saturday mornings. I love mimosas. But other than that, I try and steer clear of alcohol for the week. I only really drink on the weekends, unless it's a glass of wine on a weeknight with dinner if we pick up a bottle or something like that. But for the most part, I just like to stick with water during the day. And I love tea. I love black coffee. I love black coffee with cream for breakfast. And then mostly what I'll do for breakfast is I'll either have hard-boiled eggs with some turkey or chicken lunch meat on top of them. And I've shown that in a what I eat video, but I can definitely make an updated what I eat in a day video for you guys if that's something that you'd want to see. Leave me a comment below as always, and I can definitely put that up for you. But breakfast for me normally is 2 hard-boiled eggs cut open in half, and then I'll salt and pepper them. And then I will put some turkey or ham or chicken lunch meat, whatever we've got in the fridge. I will stick that onto my hard-boiled egg half and eat them like that. And then I'll also have tons of fresh fruit. I have fruit every morning, whether that's berries, whether that's like an orange or an apple. I just like to have some sort of healthy fruit in the morning to get my day going. Gives you a ton of extra energy and helps to keep you full a lot longer. On the weekends, I do sometimes like to make pancakes, or I'll make like bacon and eggs. I love bacon, I love breakfast sausage, I love breakfast protein like that. I love chicken sausage. When I buy the sausage for breakfast, it's normally like an all-natural organic turkey or chicken sausage with apple in it, or just something really yummy to switch it up and give myself a nice boost of protein for breakfast on the weekends. I love English muffins, although I don't eat them very often because it's just a lot of carbs. But when I do have an English muffin, I love it with a little bit of peanut butter or sunflower seed butter, almond butter, and then I like to put bacon on top of it. And I know that sounds kind of like a weird combination, peanut butter and bacon, but it is really, really good, and it gives you that salty, crunchy texture, and it's just really delicious. So for lunches, I normally will either have a protein shake, like a vanilla protein shake, and I like to mix once my coffee from the morning has gone kind of room temperature in the pot, I like to make a protein shake for lunch with protein powder and coffee and some milk and some vanilla. And sometimes I'll put cinnamon in there too, and then I have a vanilla protein powder that I'll just put in my blender bottle, and I'll either have that for lunch, or I'll do like turkey and hummus roll-ups. I'll take like a piece of lunch meat turkey and roll it up with some hummus and have some carrot sticks and apple slices and maybe like a handful of nuts for lunch, and that'll be good for me. Normally for lunch, I like to do something light, but if I grilled chicken the night before, sometimes I will dice that up and mix it up into a salad of some sort. Just depending on what kind of leftovers I have sitting around in my fridge, I'll make my lunches with that sometimes. So I like to have some sort of protein and a ton of vegetables for lunch. Another one of my quick, healthy, easy protein-packed lunches that's not super heavy is lima beans, and I think it's one of the most underrated vegetables, but I like to put like 2 or 3 strips of bacon. I'll cut it up really, really fine and saute that in a pan with some garlic and maybe some shallots, and saute some lima beans in that, and it's a really, really good filling lunch. It's not super heavy, it's pretty light. And normally, other than that, for lunch, I either just like to have a piece of steamed cod or steamed whatever kind of fish, and some sort of salad or some sort of green beans, lima beans, something like that, just to keep me nice and full. But again, I try and stick to the no carb game for lunch. So when it comes to dinner, I like to stick away from carbs as well, but I do kind of venture out sometimes. There'll be days where I just want something comforting, and I'll make a beef pot roast with tons of vegetables. But I love that pull apart, drippy, slow cooked roast beef that's been cooking in the oven for hours and makes your house smell so good. And I will have a very, very small amount of mashed potatoes with that. Or if we're having like grilled chicken, and sometimes I'll make some macaroni on the side and just keep it nice and light. But whenever I have carbs, I always make sure that the serving of carbs I'm having is about the size of my fist and no bigger. Just because I like a taste of it, but then I'm good. I don't want to fill up on pasta. I don't like the way it makes me feel, and it makes me feel extremely just heavy and bloated and just tired, and I hate that feeling. I do have one very carb heavy, very filling meal that I cannot ever say no to, and that is pizza. And I think I try and change my diet so that I can incorporate as much pizza as I can when I can. So that's one thing that I absolutely love. It's my favorite food of all time. And when I have pizza, I like to just kind of have my 1 or 2 pieces and I'm good. And I like to fill up on salad and everything as well. I also love salad on top of my pizza. I love making pizza from home, from scratch. I actually just did that in one of my Instagram stories, so if you want to see more recipes like that, go follow me on Instagram so you can watch me cook and show you guys a little bit more behind the scenes of my daily meals. For dinners, I normally just like to have a grilled or steamed piece of fish, whether that's salmon or cod, or I'll have grilled chicken breast. I love steak, any kind of steak, and then I'll do as many vegetables as I can possibly fit on my plate, whether that's green beans, salad, broccoli, anything like that. I love vegetables and a lean piece of meat for dinner. Keep it nice and light, and then I like to have a popsicle for dessert sometimes. And I like to kind of stick with that. You know, I'm not gonna be one of those girls that just deprives myself from anything. But there's days that I just need to have like chicken tenders and french fries or pizza rolls, and those have to be few and far between because I don't like to eat like that all the time. I like to eat tons of fresh fruit, tons of fresh vegetables, lean protein, and I keep myself full by snacking on hard-boiled eggs, turkey, baby carrots, hummus, string cheese, clementines, apple slices, a handful of nuts. Those are all some of my favorite snacks. I like just easy snacks like that. I love like edamame, little snap pea crisp. Overall, I like to stick to a pretty ketogenic, low-carb diet with very, very loose rules. I feel like the looser that your rules are with your diet and the more that it becomes an actual lifestyle change, the better that you'll be, because you're not trying to stick to all these strict rules and you're not gonna ever feel like you're depriving yourself. And once you kind of get in that habit of, I don't eat anything that's processed, I don't eat anything that's, you know, full of nasty stuff, you'll realize how many things that rules out, and you'll be a lot more healthy. So when it comes to exercising, I am totally lazy. I hate going to the gym. I hate working out. I used to be super athletic. I was a cheerleader in high school and I was always in gymnastics. I've always been in dance and I like to stay active. But most of the time, what I like to do is just kind of throw in little bouts of workouts when I can. One of my favorite things to do is turn on my TV in my kitchen and watch like a Real Housewives or watch something while I'm cooking dinner, and I'll just bust out like 30 to 40 squats while I'm just sitting there like watching TV, stirring, and I'll be squatting the whole time and doing plies, and I'll do like leg kicks, and you know, I'll jump down and do 20 push-ups before I get into the shower. I just like little bits of energy when I can get them to work out. Sometimes I like to challenge myself and go a week where I do 100 sit-ups a day, and then I'll go 2 weeks without doing a single sit-up, but I always try and get to the gym at least 3 days a week to at least do a half an hour of cardio. I do like to lift weights, but I lift them at home, and I lift little 10 to 12 pound weights because I like when my arms are just kind of toned and trim. I don't like when they're very bulky. And then as far as like other body weight exercises, I do that all at home as well. I like to take yoga classes whenever I can get them in. I absolutely love slow flow yoga where you have to hold the pose for a really long time. And it really helps to center you and meditate, and it's just one of those really great sweats that you get that's just kind of like, it's not just a physical detox, but it's a mental detox too. That's why I love yoga. I love to do those little workout shows that they have on YouTube. I've got a couple favorite ones that I have saved from like Karina and Katrina from Tone It Up. I'll just do it quick in front of the TV while I'm in between ironing, while I'm in between a load of laundry, while dinner's cooking, while I'm editing a video. I'll just like to do short bouts of exercise when I can get them in as often as possible. I like to run up and down the stairs. When I park somewhere, I'll park in the back so I have to walk farther. And I love taking Lola for walks. I love taking her out to walk around. We have an outdoor mall by us, which is really fun to take your puppy to and walk her around. So Ryan and I absolutely love to take her and do that. And for the most part, we like to just stay active. I like to be doing house projects. I'm always doing chores. I'm always cleaning. I'm always running around, and I'm always busy. If I sit on the couch for a couple hours, I start to feel like a lazy slob, and I just don't like it. I love watching TV. I love watching movies, but it has to be like a late night, you know, now it's relax time, let's watch a movie, hang out, and then, you know, I'll go to bed. For the most part, as long as you stay active throughout the whole day and you're always constantly moving, you'll feel a lot better than if you're just sitting at a desk all day long. And I know that there's some jobs that it's inevitable you have to sit at your desk, but you can still go on a walk for lunch, or go eat lunch outside, or go, you know, park in the back of the parking lot. There's always little ways that you can add more energy by little bouts of workouts throughout the day, and not just committing to gym life all the time. When it comes to cardio, I love to go on walks. I love to use the elliptical machine for about an hour. I think is a good time for me. It's normally around 4.5 to 5 miles. I get in an hour of elliptical, and I just will kind of put on my workout playlist and go for it. And when I'm there and I'm in that gym mindset, I have really no problem busting it out. So I try to go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week. I would like to go more often, but sometimes I just get really lazy, to be honest with you, but that's okay. And I think that's one of the biggest things. That's one of the best ways to have a healthy mindset, is realizing that you don't need to be in the gym 24/7. You don't need to always eat everything perfect and healthy. You can give yourself breaks, but change your mindset. And once you change your mindset to, we're not buying anything that's not healthy, because once you buy it from the grocery store and it's in your house, it's over. That's my biggest thing. If I don't bring it in this house, I won't eat it, and if I keep healthy filling snacks around, I will fill up on those and I won't feel like I've gained 1,000,000 pounds. So those are most of my diet and exercise tips, or my diet and exercise routine, I guess you could say. Comment below and let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any more comments or concerns or questions, leave them in the bottom bar below so I can make more in detailed videos for you guys on videos that you'd like to see on this category. And I will talk to you guys later. See you in my next video. Bye.